Hey yo, what is good, YouTube? It's your boy Hesy back with another video. Now look, check me out. Hey look, Solstice of Heroes is back on Destiny 2 and we gonna get litty, alright? So basically this week at Bungie, they've dropped a lot of news. I'm talking about nerfs to shotguns, nerfs to hand cannons. I'm talking to you igneous hammers, spammers. Alright, you heard me? Y'all getting that hit. You heard me? We got Mastery Vault of Glass coming out. We got exotics getting buffed, exotics getting nerfed. It's smelling like a good week for Bungie. They have new weapons they're coming out with, especially with the new raid, new master difficulty. They got new weapons that come out of there. They have a new shotgun they're adding, new ships, new armor, and it's just the beginning. If you have not watched the Solstice of Heroes trailer, I'm about to play it for you right now, and we're gonna get into these news.
Queria is no more. You have united us in your light, Guardian. We will have a beautiful sunrise.
Alright, now that the trailer is over, I ain't gonna lie, comment down your favorite part of that trailer. I ain't gonna lie. I would say it's the gear, but then I was like, that dude was hitting a wheelie in the air. So like, it could be that, but it's really not. But hey, let's get into this news, alright? So basically, we have a lot of stuff coming with Solstice of Heroes. I mean, it comes out every year, but 2021, we have some juicy shit, alright? So we already have Vault of Glass, and they're coming out with a mastery mode for Vault of Glass. Alright, so I'm gonna read it word for word off of what they say on the website about Vault of Glass and what they're coming with the new weapons and the new stats that come on the weapons. I'm gonna break it down for you. So beginning Tuesday, July 6th, Vault of Glass Master difficulty will become available to all players. Now, there is no minimum power requirement, although the enemies will be 1350. So that's basically the max light, you know what I'm saying? What that is, master nightfall, you know what I'm saying? Grandmaster nightfall. So basically, so you want to earn some pinnacle power and raise your artifact levels before you attempting to run. Now the things you can earn, so basically what can drop out of this master, you know what I'm saying? First up, Master Vault of Glass unlocks the final triumphs required for the Fatebringer raid, seal, and title. Once completed, players may equip their in-game title and purchase the Bungie rewards pin if they so desire. Second, Master Vault of Glass will introduce time-lost weapons to Destiny 2. Time-lost weapons can be comparable to adept weaponry from Grandmaster Nightfalls or Flawless Trial Passages, but offer an additional perk in columns 3 and 4 for slightly more customization. Does that not sound like a W? So we could basically get a time lost Fatebringer with extra stats on it. So basically I can probably get extra range on my fucking on my 140. I could get extra stability, extra control, maybe reload speed. Probably don't want reload speed, but these are extra stats you could get on extra guns. Now it says complete Vault of Glass challenges and master difficulty of the activity and you will be rewarded. Each week will feature a specific time lost weapon for you to hunt, rotated alongside the available challenge. Once you've earned a time lost weapon, you may also purchase additional rolls from the chest at the end of the raid on master difficulty using your spoils of conquest. Note that these will be a higher price than normal versions of the weapon. So basically, I mean, it kind of makes sense, you know what I'm saying? You're getting more for, you know what I'm saying, more for your buck, you know what I'm saying? Instead of you spending what, 20, you're probably gonna be spending 30, maybe 40, but you're gonna be actually getting what you need from it, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna actually have stats to go behind it. So please note, weekly reward lockouts are shared between both normal and master difficulties. So you can't run normal and then go run master and think you're about to go get, you know what I'm saying, some more loot. Alright. So basically, lastly, armor from the master difficulty of the Vault of Glass will focus on specific stats, rotating weekly. If you've been hunting a prime zealot helm with a high spike in intellect stat, master difficulty will give you greater chances for the distribution you're looking for. So not only can we just, you know what I'm saying, go buy some gear, they're gonna actually roll it with some higher stats. So if you have a build that's not yet completed, you will be able to complete it, alright? Alright, so you already know what's next. They're nerfing shotguns. GG! We might have a little bit of fun in PvP. Alright, shotguns are very dominant in PvP by any measure and don't allow much counterplay with any primary attacks. That's all I'm going to read because we already know shotguns are destroying everything. All right, so they're increasing the aggressive frame shotgun cone angle from 4 to 4.25 degrees and reducing shotgun damage fall off minimum by 2 meters, increase shotgun damage fall off max by 2 meters, and slug shotguns are unaffected by this change. Now, that's what you're doing to shotguns, you know what I'm saying? I'm not really sure how this will affect, you know what I'm saying, people with the failed winters or people with, you know what I'm saying, some god roll ass shotgun. They might still get their one shots, but who knows? Now, aggressive 120 RPM hand cannons. I am loving this. I'm loving this because I see everybody and their mother using that igneous hammer. Oh wait, don't forget the adept version. They like to use that. But all right, so we adjusted the seasonal splicer, but this does not make enough of a difference. We believe they're still too rangy and benefit way too much from a small damage buff. 2-tapping. So they are going to acknowledge the 2-tap. So maybe they could acknowledge it and maybe we can get a 3-tap. You know what I'm saying? Still one more bullet, but let's go. Reduce precision damage multiplier from 1.8 to 1.6, preventing a 10% damage bonus, allowing 2-tapping in PvP. So no longer will we be seeing people get 2-tapped, hopefully, you know what I'm saying? They might come out with some kind of hand cannon that could eventually make us get 2-tapped again, but as of right now, July 6th, we no longer getting 2-tap, boy. All right, reduce aim assist minimum fall off distance by 1 to 2 meters depending on the range stat. Reduce damage fall off distance by 1 meter. This reduces their damage fall off advantage over other hand cannons to 1 meter. As usual, this is 1 meter before zoom scalar. All right, so that's really, you know what I'm saying, that, you know what I'm saying, they changed some perks in here too. They changed reround rounds, which is I am quite insightful to read about because I have rewind rounds and Firefly on my Fatebringer, and hopefully they didn't fuck up my what you want to say, perks. All right, so they changed some perks. Drop mag can no longer roll on new drops of weapons, will functionally change later. Wow, there's a new chance. There's a change coming next season that requires adjusting this, and some perks will familiar functionality. More on that later. All right, so I don't really know what they're kind of really doing to drop mag, but yeah. Pulse monitor fixed an issue where the handling bonus was no longer applying. I mean, I don't even use pulse monitor. When I see this roll on my gun, it's getting deleted. But rewind rounds, the one thing I'm worried about right now. Fixed an issue where the perk would not trigger if the last shot in the magazine missed or if the player reloaded another weapon before firing the final shot. Okay, so I do like that they fixed this if the last shot was missed, because it'll be sometimes where I'll miss my last shot and I have to reload. So this is a W, you know what I'm saying, making rewind rounds a little bit stronger, you know what I'm saying, just for one bullet, you know what I'm saying, so it can just keep going. And reservoir burst, we've seen the complaints and the denotation on kills doesn't feel reliable or impactful, so this has been updated with the same consistency and speed fix as Dragonfly. All right, so you already know what that means. W's all the way around. Now, Dead Man's Tale and Sepia Simulant, 2 exotics that are supposedly getting changed. All right, so Dead Man's Tale, I just unlocked this gun. I'm gonna have to say I used it on controller and quite disappointed. Did not know it was a Pacific keyboard and mouse gun because I've seen people use it on streams and they get nothing but headshots. So when I got it on my controller, I'm thinking I'm about to do the same thing. Shit, no. But I already had a feeling that it was, and this just confirms it. Dead Man's Tale is dominant on mouse and keyboard, receives frequent critical feedback from players in Crucible, and is strong but not worryingly so on controller. And this is why when I was using it last night, or you know what I'm saying, the day before last night, it wasn't doing as much as what it was doing for somebody else. Like, I am so glad that they're hitting this. I am so glad that they're hitting this and fixing it, even though the last word is specifically better on controller than it is on keyboard and mouse. I don't know how they can really fix this, but this is some shit, you know what I'm saying, that people might have their favorite guns, but they can't use it because somebody on a different console has a buff, you know what I'm saying? But for the Dead Man's Tale, they removed the hip fire damage fall off scalar from 1.8 to match zoom. Aim assist cone hip scalar reduced from 1.5 to 1.2. So basically, with this change, it will no longer have ADS levels of damage fall off while firing from the hip. So you're not about to be firing from your hip, hitting, you know what I'm saying, headshots as if you were aiming at him, all right? So I'm glad they're fixing that. Now, the Sleeper Simulant is a gun I still do not have to this day, but Sleeper Simulant did not receive any custom tuning when we updated the linear fusion rifles, but it has much higher body damage than any other linear fusion rifle. It didn't benefit as much as it intended to from the global buff to precision damage scalar. All right, so let's see what they fixed about it, or if they buffed or nerfed it. Fixed an issue where Sleeper Simulant was benefiting less than other LFRs from linear fusion rifles from the season of the Splicer linear fusion rifle and damage buff. So basically, they just buffed the sleeper stimulant. So this is the gun I need to get. Total buff is now 16.5 compared to the 15% buff other than. Oh wow! So they gave it an extra 1.5 buff than other linear fusion rifles. That's actually fire. Now they have patch notes for the near future for fusion rifles, grenade launchers, sky rifle hand cannons, to make them using the PVE more, PVE, PvP buffs. And the one thing that really caught me was this Anarchy. Anarchy has done way too much for too many years without even counting the boosts it's gotten this season with the grenade launcher mods. So it's even stronger than what it was, and I feel like they're going to nerf it. I hope they don't nerf the Anarchy, because this is my damage baby. You know what I'm saying? Can't really use anything else. That's my baby. Now they did some things with strikes and other gameplay and stuff like that, but I really went over the main thing. You have Solstice of Heroes coming out with a new shotgun. You got a new armor. You will have to buy that new armor with silver or bright dust, and it says it right here. You know what I'm saying? Although glowing Solstice armor does a good job of stealing the show, it isn't the only prize to chase. There's a new legendary shotgun, exotic ghost shell, emblem, and plenty of packages to unlock. And it also says right here, the legendary armor with universal ornaments that glow to match your subclass, available for silver or bright dust. There are also ship sparrows and eye-catching cosmetics to collect, but we're really not worried about that. We were about the shit we could grind, and this ghost right here looks fire. But that's really all they have. All right, so I hope you boys enjoyed this video. I will try to get better at these this week at Bungie kind of videos. I'll try my best to make them more interesting, more entertaining to watch. I feel like this one was straightforward, let it go, and I was just reading word for word. But hey, if you watched to this part of the video, go ahead and leave in the comments your feedback of what I should do better. And if you haven't already, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new. And I do be live streaming on Twitch. I do have a Discord. All of that is in the link in the description. Hope y'all boys enjoy.